Hello, everyone. Welcome to Untamed with Chris O and Super Frankie, but Super Frankie's not here yet. And instead, we got Marco joining us.
Notoriously late.
He'll
Hasn't
be
he been
here.
late for most of your 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 podcasts so far?
No, not most. We'll say half.
Yeah, well,
It's awesome. So Marco, what are you up to today?
you have me for a while. I apologize. I've meant to be on the podcast more than I have been. Between traveling to Europe with my family and snow taking over my time the first time, I haven't been able to give you, the goods.
It's all good.
But and then today, my associate Simon booked me for a meeting, so I'm sitting outside of the meeting, and I'm going to tell them, listen, I'm late. I need 15 more minutes. And that's it.
That's it. That's awesome. So how is it?
I'm in the payments business,
Yeah.
so I don't know if Frankie has given you the lowdown of what we do, but I'm basically in the business of helping businesses grow. Most people in the payments business, they're in the business of, getting you the best price. Here, let me save you money. Let me help you get lower rates on your merchant services and, credit card services and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's just a race to the bottom. I don't love that. At the end of the day, we do provide the service of getting you a lower rate if that's
Yes.
your goal. But if that's your goal, if your only goal is to save money all the time and it's not to grow your business, then you might not be the best customer for us. Because back to what I was saying, if you're in the business of just saving money and the only thing that concerns you is saving money on that merchant account, we can do that. But really what we're trying to do is help businesses grow,
Yeah.
with technology. And so we partnered with a company called Square.
Okay.
Square is one of the biggest processors in the world. They do about $228 billion in processing yearly. And what they do is they have merchant services and your normal credit card services in the POS on the counter or in your accounting office, and that's normal. Push and pull money. They have all kinds of different technology
Yes.
that can help the merchant with their in-store experience, their customer experience, ease of use for their employees. It's very, very intuitive, very easy to use. So, what we're doing at Payology is trying to take it from a business which just like, those guys calling you, oh, let me save you money on your merchant services. Instead, we're trying to help people grow their business. And that's essentially what Payology is. It's like almost like a consultant kind of, let's hold your hand through the process of your merchant services and see if we can help you grow your business through your POS and your technology.
Nice. That's a good description. Actually, it's very informative, Marco. Thank you. Super Frankie's here. What's up, Bello?
Hey, guys, how are you?
Oh,
Guys,
there he is, the one
we're
and
already
only.
recording. Marco's got a meeting,
Oh
so we
no,
have
I
to start
like that. So
recording.
so that's why I got so lucky when Marco said join Payology with me and be a partner in this business because he understands the payment space better than anybody else. So when I've been out there in the world talking to people, and I said, guys, I'm just here as a connector, and Marco is just. Marco and Simon are incredible when it comes to payment technology, the rails. They understand where it's coming from, the applications. They've got so many products now with Moneris. They've got the Square product. They've got the ease to payment, tap payment product. They've got the Payfair product. They've got basically so many products when you're looking at the payment infrastructure for any company. And so if you want to talk payments, you want to talk, how do you, how do you, pay something on credit card or send a wire or tap to pay or anything to do with your fees, Payology kind of is a great consultant and has the products direct to solve your issues. So I'm so thankful that Marco made me a partner in this business, Payology. And but I thought this call was not just about Marco's businesses. I thought we'd chat with him about who he actually really is,
Yeah,
which is the
well,
creative mind behind so many things.
it's true, but
Yeah,
he
well,
wanted to
listen,
talk about that.
I got the I got the payments out of the way because it's it's what puts the puts the bread on the table. But at the end of the day, and I've been struggling with this as a person and personally because I've been making these videos for people, and I would say in 2012, around 2012, um, I got out of the business of no, actually no, sorry, yeah, it was 2009. I got out of the business of my family business. My dad sold the business, and I was kind of sitting at home, and I had this big Mac in front of me, this big Mac computer. So I learned how to use iMovie, and I learned how to edit videos because I've always been very creative, and I've always been kind of an artist and painting and drawing
Are you a good artist? Like, are you like an artistic, Marco? Like, you can paint?
I can paint, I can draw. I have more art, I have more creativity in my baby finger than most of those artists that are out there making. I won't say any names, but there's a lot of artists out there that are making a lot of money on their terrible art, and I'm sitting here selling merchant services. But in any event, I'll tell you, 2009, I taught myself how to use iMovie because it was very intuitive, very easy to use,
Yeah,
Is
and I
it
wasn't doing
still?
anything.
Is it still?
No, that's where I stopped because two things happened. Number one, they went to a format that was more like a pro edit or pro like all the editing
yes,
softwares that people use,
yes,
and it was way more complicated. And I just like, oh my god, I just learned how to use iMovie now. They switched, but neither here nor there. At the end of the day, I taught myself how to use, and I started. A friend of mine who was carrying around a camera all the time. I started carrying around a camera all the time and taking videos, and I made probably about 250 to 300 short films. I was doing I was doing wedding videos. I did Diddy's wedding video, not P Diddy, Patrick Luigi's wedding video. They paid 17,000 for the wedding video. I did a 7-minute one for free, and mine was 10 times better than the one they paid 17,000. I did videos, I did wedding. I think what at the time what I was trying to do was I was trying to show my ex-girlfriend that my life was still good, and I was putting it online all the time, right?
yeah,
Showing. I was putting all these short videos online, and
Where would
but
you put them on YouTube?
on Vimeo, because YouTube I couldn't use the at the time I couldn't use the we couldn't use the licensed music, but Vimeo at the time wasn't bought by Meta, so we could still use licensed music. And
gotcha.
Okay.
that's really what I'm able to do is I'm able to pick really good music and then make the images dance to the music and really get drive emotion and drive feelings
I love that.
out of what you're seeing. So like Simon, I mean Frankie, you posted Simon's video. So that video that I did for Payology, I did that in like 15 minutes. Like I
Yeah.
literally I'm super fast at editing and doing videos.
And are
So
you what?
Hey everyone, this is the time in the show where your business could be featured. In fact, you could be at the beginning, middle, or end, and we can tell everybody about what you're doing, put a little product placement, and rock and roll. So give us a shout, hook us up, and I'll send you the deets. Ciao for now, everybody. Enjoy the
and
rest of the
doing
show.
videos.
And are you
So
what tools are you using now? Do you find?
nothing's nothing.
Right, just
Templates
the
on
Insta, the real stuff, just the kind of
there's
the
templates
that
on
are there.
all these platforms that are
Yeah.
there. I just put,
Yeah.
it's really about timing and knowing how to keep it short and knowing when like intros and things
Yeah.
happen and the drop happens and all these things.
And the
It's really about
breaks you can
timing.
just kind of squeeze that. I've been using myself
Yeah.
because I'm enjoying that myself. Now you're doing the reverse on some of them. Are you just going to screen record and reversing the screen and then think, or what
Yeah,
are you doing?
reverse was my one of my like I'll tell you one time Patrick was like we were at a party or something and he goes, "Look, I support Nona Films," and he started walking backwards, right? Because
Okay.
I used to
Yeah.
call them Nona Films. That was
I
kind of like
love
my
it.
art name. Right? And it was just kind of my thing that, I just love the way that things look when they're going backwards.
Yeah.
It just holds your attention for so much longer.
Yeah, it's
And I
very
love that.
unique. I like it
It
too.
became like my signature of what I like. Every video I would put like a few things that people going backwards. But back to my story, I was making these videos and I was making these videos and people were loving them. This was way before content creation or you like anybody. And people kept on telling me one day content's going to be king. You should do this. And then when I went to go reopen my family business and Appliance Love, um, I kind of just dropped filmmaking and being creative, and I got into Appliance Love, and then that at the same time iMovie switched to that type of platform, which was
Yeah.
way more complicated and way harder. So I said, "Fuck it, I'm not sorry."
It's
I
okay.
said, "Screw it, I'm not going to relearn. I'm just going to get into appliances again and go with my family business again." So I kind of dropped it. But if I had still been doing it since 2010, can you imagine right now I would be 15 years of creating content. I would have been
Yep.
Yeah.
like,
That'd been so.
Mr. Beast times 10.
It's never too late to go
No,
again.
now I'll tell you, and I'm gonna leave you with this. Okay, I'll tell you.
Okay.
I'm at a point in my life. I'm 49 years old and we're making, we're doing okay. We've done well with the businesses and with that. But every time I make a video, my inbox is filled with people saying, Marco, this is really what you are good at. Like I remember Nona Films. I remember like why even Dimitri yesterday. Frankie asked Dimitri after I made
Yeah.
that video because he was with me when I was shooting it. He goes, Marco, why aren't you making movies? Like why aren't you making content? Like why isn't this your life? Like why aren't you doing this for a living? And I always tell people, nah, I got to make money. I don't know how to make money doing that. But now that I'm almost 50 years old, I'm 49 years old, and I'm thinking to myself, like, if I don't do something about this now, like, when am I ever going to do this? Like,
So,
Yeah.
so Marco, I'm going to give you a little idea. So, Rasta Phil, a lot of these guys have been reaching out to me recently. Gil from Triumph. Now, there's another guy, a guy from Toronto Star. They really want to do a film. I'll send you this story. I don't know if I ever sent it to you about what happened to me, like a mental health film, like a good one, right? Where I'll send you the
I
story.
would
If you ever
love to
want to
do it.
do, if you ever want
No,
to
I
do
would
that,
love to. I
because
would
a
love to.
lot of
Not only
people
do I
who,
want to do your story, look, Frankie, your story. This is what I find unique and I like movies about. I like people drawing emotion out of real things that happened,
yeah,
right? And reality is much better than fiction because reality, then you say, "Fuck, this really happened." Like my grandmother died on the birth, giving birth to my aunt, and she went
yeah,
up for
wow,
adoption into Sicilia, and she was estranged from the family for 15 years, and that's the lady I go see every summer when I go to Italy now. And then my grandfather brought the first bakery to North America, and he invented the Black Forest cake. And there's the Camiso Racco family, which half of it is legitimate and half of it's kind of like this, right? And there's so many of these real stories that I want to encapsulate. So I approached the guy from Bell Media the other day, and I said, "Guy, I'm thinking about doing this. Like I'm thinking about actually, making 75% of my life creating things. But again, first we got to make some money, Frankie.
of
First we got to
course,
do
no, of
Payology.
course, of
Just
course, of course.
the same chronological order of this podcast is what we really have to do. I got to make money before I can take time
Of
off.
course, but there's always been that, right? It's like I was thinking about that today. You look at a good guy like you know, the guy that has Tironi, but his brother has a good tile business. There's always
Yeah.
two things in everybody's life, right? There's the
Mm-hmm.
thing that really makes money, and there's that thing that the passion thing. There's not,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the idea of just follow your passion never makes sense because you can't just do one. You always have to have a bit of both. So you kind of
Yeah.
have to. That's just the way it is, right? And
It's true. It's like
For
I know
sure.
guys that are, masons by trade, but they're really good artists. Like they're good painters. They do great.
yeah.
That's their passion is they go into their studio and paint, but they need the masonry to pay the bills and to make the money and to do their stuff,
And I
right?
think as
So,
we get older, you start to realize that. I said, like, I was telling one of my partners the other day in the printer business, I said, you know, I've got, 20, 30 people that want to be business partners with me on different things. I said, what traditionally has always made me money is the printers. Everything else, I can help, I can spend some hours on, and I can think I can do a good job. But really, as Marco
yeah.
knows, we only have a certain amount of hours in the day as we're getting older as parents, and you know, that passion thing. Also, Marco likes to play tennis. I'm at the tennis club right now.
Well, I
So
also food. I also food, and I'm on
love
olive
food. Yeah,
oil.
yeah.
I know in the time that I was the time that I sold the business, the first payments business, I had to wait my non-compete. I got into the olive oil business and bringing stuff from Italy, and then I got into truffles for some reason. Who knows why God did that?
But
So,
I think, Marco, if I'm being honest, as a matter of fact, I said to somebody else, we have such a great group of people amongst all the people we know. I certainly do with business systems, but at Payology, we have this excellent nucleus of people. Once that thing really starts to fly, Payology is going to be a monster. It's really going to be a monster because there's some really knowledgeable people with great relationships, great smarts in the relationship, some senior people who just really kind of believe in us, and I think that thing's gonna fly.
no, I believe that. And listen, at the end of the day, um,
And with your
you know,
connecting ability, we you know, and mine, it's a matter of time before something hits, and we get some really big accounts, which
yeah,
are coming.
we're on our way. We're on
Yeah.
our way. That said, I have to go into a Payology meeting right now. I'm down at any day right now with Simon, meeting about the account, the big account.
Okay.
Nice.
So guys, sorry that I have to jump like this.
No, it's
It's been
okay.
great. Chris, I will
Yeah.
be on the next. I'll come next Thursday, and we'll
Okay.
continue some of
I
these
think we
stories.
got,
Okay.
yeah, and I think we got Danny Fernandez coming up soon too. And I've
Oh,
been
I
in
like it.
touch with
Yeah.
Rasta Phil to try and get him on board
We'll
too.
get Gil. I'll
We,
get Gil
we should
on
get
from Trump,
Sebastian Jovinko too.
but
Sebastian
you can't
Jovinko too.
understand anything he says.
No, he speaks
He
English
speaks good
perfectly now.
English, don't worry.
He speaks well.
I can't
Okay,
hear
guys.
every time I talk to him. I
Okay.
don't understand anything he says.
No, he's much better
He's
now.
good.
I
He's
love you.
good.
Yeah.
Love you both. Talk to
Love
you
you too,
Ciao,
later.
Marco.
Marco.
Have a
Okay.
good
Ciao,
day.
Ciao, ciao.
Marco.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.